Yep, it feels like it's only just went away, but football is officially back. The competitive games. Well, is this a competitive game? That's a really good point. Let me know in the comments if you consider this. Has the season started now, or is it starting next weekend? Either way, in many people's eyes, the season starts tomorrow. Manchester City head to the King Power Stadium, actually, not Wembley, to play Liverpool in the Community Shield. We had to play someone, obviously they didn't win the league, they won the FA Cup, I'll give them that, but it wasn't the one that they wanted last season, was it? So it's going to be a really spicy game of football, and I'm really happy to be talking about match previews again, because it's been an awful long time now. Well, probably not long enough, because I'm still absolutely knackered, if I'm being honest. But either way, this is going to be it's going to be fun. This is going to be fun. I've got a feeling that tomorrow's game will be a little bit spicier than we imagine, mainly because when Liverpool see Man City and Man City see Liverpool, there's a whole like Pavlov's dog effect, that kind of association by sound or sight or whatever to get a certain reaction. And it doesn't matter if certain teams or players have been a little bit off the weather in pre-season, like Liverpool for example have been very up and down. I guarantee as soon as Manchester City step on the pitch and they see the blue of that shirt and Guardiola and Grealish and Bernardo and KDB, whatever, stood opposite them, Liverpool will absolutely be up for this game. Of course they will be, because why wouldn't they be? A lot is at pride in a game like this, That Community Shield may not be as fancy as a Super Cup or whatever, but it's essentially the same thing. And we are essentially playing for pride and that early momentum. I know you can point to many examples of the Community Shield sort of meaning nothing really come the end of the season. Manchester City last season, for example, we lost against Leicester in the first game of the season as well, against Spurs, yet we still managed to win the league. But we can't deny that when you play Liverpool, it really does help put a spring in your step if you get that early victory, that early momentum. It makes your rivals feel a little bit inferior very early on, especially given the fact that Klopp's been moaning a little bit already about the schedule of fixtures, and he's already been playing down Liverpool's chances. So we can't really ignore that. And it's also, I guess, a good sign, a good chance for Guardiola to get some early encouraging signs, from the players and see who's in the right frame of mind and essentially test out a team and a formation and some ideas ahead of the first game of the season against West Ham. I'm just looking at my calendar over there because that's coming around very, very quickly. And I've got no doubt whatsoever that the players will really be up for this. I mean, once again, pride and all that kind of stuff, it does come into these kind of games, and I do expect that we will see City go for it. I think they'll go for it. I think there's nothing to prove, but I think they will go for it. I think they'll want to be aggressive and all over Liverpool. And I've got a feeling Guardiola will be really up for this as well. I was reading some Guardiola quotes, and he was in very chatty form in pre-season. In the Community Shield preview. He was very complimentary as well about Julian Alvarez, which was interesting. He said, "I think Julian Alvarez was an extraordinary signing. He will be at Manchester City for many years. Football is universal. Whoever is a scorer in Argentina is as well in England. Whoever is a crook in Argentina and England." I like that quote. Just saying whoever's a scorer is a scorer, whoever's a crook is a crook. Very philosophical, but very true at the same time. He was talking an awful lot about him as well. He also said, we said he's a fantastic boy, and we were not wrong. He's absolutely a team player. He knows goals. The arch between eyebrow and eyebrow. We're going to take advantage of him with work done by Marcelo Gallardo. I'm not sure what he means there. I guess maybe he means he's got like a furrowed killer stare. I don't know. God knows. Guardiola's little his little kind of metaphors are mental. He was talking a lot as well about changing players. He said, sometimes the market dictates what you do. The first season we tried to loan and sell a lot of players, but we couldn't sell anyone. We still have 14, 15 days and it's already done. You want to do things, but it depends on situations, and they happen quicker than you expect. Sometimes it's good to change the squad, but if the free players are important. If the free players and important academy players that we sold, if they'd stayed, we'd be incredibly happy. We know each other and we continue to do what we've done. The market dictates decisions, the wishes for the clubs or the players. He was talking a lot about all that kind of thing, about players moving on and so on. As it is, it's just one of those things, He was very complimentary as well about Ortega. He said Stefan Ortega surprises us a lot in all aspects on the ball and build up. And Calvin Phillips knows the Premier League perfectly. The way they settle in the few games we play, I think they will settle. talked about competing for trophies as well from the start. He said it's not just for Phillips and Haaland, the new 4 players, or for Alvarez and Stefan. It's a title for all of us to win. It is better. It's better winning than losing. It's good for City. He said we will try for the first title. It's an honour to be here. It's a big success to be here. We know the opponent quite well. It will dictate how well our moment is after 3 weeks of preseason, but it's too short. So yeah, I mean, he's right there. It's a big thing. And obviously onto the team news as well. Unfortunately, it looks like we had some bad news about 𝐿kay Laporte, sadly. Guardiola said he had surgery after the last few games of last season, where he made an incredible effort. He had surgery and he's doing incredibly well, but you have to be careful. It's his knee and he might be out until September. So it looks like he's going to be out for about 5 games at the start of the season, which is not ideal at all. Big 𝐿kay Laporte. 𝐿kay Laporte. Unfortunately is out, and I guess we really need to give Laporte a little bit of credit for his performances. He played through the pain at the end of that season. Excuse me. He played through the pain. And he got us to that title, man. And he was so unlucky not to get us to a Champions League final as well. You got to respect that, man. And I'm really glad as well at the same time that Nathan Ake stayed, because that experience will be really, really useful. I guess it also does mean that Gundogan and Foden and Stones are all back and available. They've been training, I think, as well. Obviously, they weren't involved in the US tour, but they are now back with the squad. And I think everyone else is available, basically. There are rumours going around that Haaland's going to start, so I think he's available too. Which does bring me to the team news, the prediction, sorry. I'm a bit rusty with these previews. I think we're going to see a team that's pretty much what Guardiola would deem right now the strongest team in terms of fitness and match practice and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be Ederson in goal. Ortega was decent the other day, but it's going to be Ederson in goal. We all know that. As good as Joshua Wilson-Esbran was, I can't really see him starting against Mo Salah. A lot of people want to see him start in this game, but I can't really see that personally. I think it'll be Cancelo and Walker as the fullbacks. I think it makes an awful lot of sense to get your best players some fitness once again before West Ham on the 7th. I keep looking at the calendar. I've actually filled my calendar for once. I've got so much content lined up. Then I reckon also in defence, it's going to be Ake and Diaz, I reckon. It could be John Stones, but at the same time, I think he'll play with the players that have played, if that makes sense, recently. Stones, he could come back into the team, but I think Ake has earned a little bit of respect there, and I think it'll be Ake and Diaz, the left footer on that side, who was excellent against Bayern Munich, and likewise Diaz as well. Rodri's going to start in midfield, so is Kevin De Bruyne, so is Bernardo Silva. I think Gundogan, once again, I think he'll sit this out on the bench because he's not played many games. I think Guardiola will go for a team that he's more comfortable with in terms of training and being around ahead of the West Ham game. And then it takes you to the forwards bit. Now, I think Grealish is going to start because he was excellent. Grealish is definitely going to start on the left, in my personal opinion, especially considering there are some promising signs of link-up play with Ering Haaland up front. So yeah, I think Grealish will start. On the right, it could be Foden, but once again, I'm using the rule of pre-season so far that he hasn't trained that much. I think it'll be Mahrez. So, because Mahrez will get the nod, I think. Like with Gundogan and Stones, I think Foden will have to probably sit on the bench initially. And then through the middle, there are rumours that Haaland's going to start, so I think Haaland will play this game. We could see Alvarez, but I think it will be Haaland. Either way, that's a good, fun team, man. It's a fun team. Maybe we'll see some surprises. Maybe Wilson-Esbran will get some minutes. Maybe Foden will come into the team, or Gundogan for minutes. Maybe Stones will. Who knows? Maybe Haaland hasn't been quite sharp in training today, so he play Alvarez. Either way, I can't wait to see how we do. Which brings me on to the opposition bit. I have done a big old opposition preview with Paul Machin from Redmen TV, so go and check that out if you want to. I'll put a link on screen right now. It'll be up there somewhere at the top. Go and click that if you want to, where Paul gives all the opposition views and all that kind of stuff about what's going on in the world of Liverpool. I do know that they are missing a few players. They're playing their third choice goalkeeper tomorrow. Kelleher and Alisson aren't available, meaning Adrian is going to start. And I think Diogo 𝐿kay is out as well, meaning I think it's going to be Darwin Núñez. Now, of course, they've sold Mane, which is a massive blow in my personal opinion. I really, really rate Mane. I think he's the most intelligent forward that they had. Maybe Salah was the best, but the most important and intelligent to me was Mane. I can't prove that, but I really rated him. So I do think we'll see Darwin Núñez playing this game. Could be Firmino, who has been linked an awful lot to Juventus, but I think it will be Darwin Núñez. I think there's a couple of people out as well. Tsimikas and Oxlade-Chamberlain are out as well, but I wouldn't have expected them to start. I think they'll play someone like Adrian, Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson. maybe Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago, Salah, Nunes or Darwin, and then someone like Luis Diaz as well. I do know they've got as well a friendly on Sunday, which is bloody mental, absolutely mental. I've no idea why they're playing the day after. I don't know if they'll hold some players back for that or whatever. God knows. Either way, it's going to be interesting to see how they handle 2 games in 2 days. I mean, that feels like an oversight for them to book that the day after. I mean, it's just... why would you do that? Why would you do that? Liverpool, but you do you, Liverpool. I guess I can't really question it too much. As I was saying earlier, Liverpool's form has been iffy. I think that they got beat 4-0 by United. They lost to Salzburg the other day as well. But still, it's pre-season. But then when they see Man City on the pitch, I've got no doubts whatsoever that they'll be massively up for it. In terms of my prediction, look, it's really hard because once again, it sort of is, but isn't a friendly. It kind of is, isn't. It's a trophy. I don't know. It's a title. Who knows? But I do know Man City are going to take it seriously. And I really, really am encouraged by what we saw by Man City in pre-season. I cannot wait to see how, Haaland occupies the likes of Van Dijk and Matip, which will free up a little bit of space for Jack Grealish. I mean, during the Bayern games, Bernardo was drifting out to the left an awful lot, offering that kind of overlap, letting Grealish cut inside while Cancelo kind of tucked into midfield a tiny bit to cover that Bernardo run, which really helped Grealish's game. So I can't wait to see how he links up. De Bruyne was playing sort of as a classic number 10. He wasn't really playing as the false 8 that we've seen in previous years. Previous years? What are these on about? Previous years. He was playing a lot more further forward where he could just essentially unleash his attacking ability with Rodri and usually sat alongside Bernardo or Cancelo tucking in a little bit. So I'm looking forward to see how we play tactically. I can't wait for this game. I do think City will come out and I do think we'll actually win this. I think it'll be a really good performance from City against Liverpool side. They aren't fully up to speed yet. I mean, City aren't either, but I don't know. I feel like City might be more ready. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. But I'm going to go City to win this 2-1. It's going to be a really fun game of football. Do let me know down in the comments what you make of it, of course. Let me know if I'm talking bullshit, as per usual, or if you agree with that prediction and what team you want to see. As I said, go and check out that match preview with Paul Machin from the Red Men TV. Paul's a top bloke, and he gave his thoughts about Liverpool a lot more eloquently than I ever could as a lifelong Liverpool fan. Go and check that out if you want to. And I will be doing a watch-along tomorrow, of course, for the game, and then the fan view live as well. So if you want to chat to me after the game, youtube.com/Esteemed Company /join. Become a member or a Patreon, and you can chat to me about Manchester City. It'll be great stuff. Manchester City versus Liverpool tomorrow evening. For now, though, I'm going to go and chill because it's Friday night. In a bit, come on, you Blues.